Andrew, thanks for being with us. It's great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing very well, guys. Hello, Dee Dee. Hello, Michael.
Man, what a treat. We had to go virtual to get you involved in our broadcast. I'm glad we've done that. One of the perks. Tell us a little bit about the thinking behind the creation of the Ironman Virtual Club and the VR series.
Well, I think the first thing is just to recognize that we are living through extraordinary times, and all of us are grappling with things that we had never contemplated. And when it became clear that this huge disruption was coming down the road, we have, so far either postponed or canceled 65 races so far, and are not going to have a single race in the month of April or the month of May anywhere in the world, and it may last longer. We realized that there was an opportunity, and in fact, I think we had an obligation to try to do something for the community that would enable people to continue to be engaged and continue to train and be, healthy, both physically and mentally in this really, really difficult time. And so the team, there's probably 20 people that are spread around the world that are in marketing and in IT and in athlete development, and they have turned themselves inside out over the last 3 weeks to create this virtual community and this virtual race series, and we're excited about it because we think it really fills an important need where nobody can race anywhere in the world right now, and we're trying to find ways that are sensitive to the reality of this really difficult situation we're all in, but also recognizes that our athletes want opportunities to be able to go out and chase hard goals, and so we're pretty excited about that. And we've got 10,000 people that have signed up for VR1. That starts in a few hours. It's pretty cool.
Now, you mentioned, though, it's not just about the racing. There's some other cool platforms that the athletes, some of the weekly goals, weekly incentives that our master coaches have put together. Tell us about some of the cool benefits and the rewards that the athletes can earn, both through participation in some of these weekly challenges as well as the virtual racing.
Well, I think that the big part is we want to give our community incentives and reasons to continue to train regularly and to train with purpose. And so, having challenges is a good reason, and it provides motivation to be able to go out and run 3 miles at tempo, like a lot of us did earlier this week. Like running fast is hard. Well, at least it was hard for me. But you can get discounts, you can win prizes. And all of those things serve the greater good of being regularly physically active and engaged. And the engagement I really can't overemphasize, because almost everywhere in the world right now is shut down, and this human interaction that so many of us rely on and is so important to people is just fundamentally different for almost all of us in a way that none of us have ever experienced before. And so trying to find normal ways for people to be able to communicate and connect is just more important than ever. And so whether it's 10,000 people all going 5K, 90K, 21K this weekend, or whether it's just being part of a regular training program, all those things we think are more important than ever in this really unusual set of circumstances that we find ourselves in.
Well said, Andrew. I think that is it's interesting, because I always feel like Ironman, and this is my view, has always been a very good metaphor for life. It's a small, condensed down version, and I think that this time that we're in right now, like no other, has really proven that we have to expect the unexpected, as you do when you're preparing for or racing an Ironman. I think it's just a really nice tie-in, and I'm very positive about what you've done. I feel very happy because it does give me something I've been missing, which is even just watching people enjoy and push themselves and do what they love doing. So, I mean, I thank you and I thank Ironman. And I do want to ask you this. Are you going to compete as well in one of these virtual races?
Oh yeah, I'm registered.
Oh, good.
I'm
Oh,
doing
good. Do
I'm
we
doing
know?
the I'm doing the 5K this afternoon with my 12-year-old son.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, good.
It will not be a PR performance.
For whom? For
Oh,
him or for you?
don't sell yourself short. We had a lot of people asking if they were going to get to go toe to toe with the CEO.
Yeah, well, they will get a chance to, but we'll see what happens on the ride tomorrow. I'm going to do the run today. I'll do the ride tomorrow, and then I'll do the long run on Sunday morning.
That's great,
and
Andrew.
it's
Well,
great.
that's good.
It's a way to organize myself and get out there.
Yeah.
But the thing that I think is remarkable about this, and it really is a testament to the organization that I'm privileged to lead, is we've created this from scratch in days,
Mhm.
and we are still very much figuring it out on the fly, and to be able to work with and to have a team of people that are as ambitious and hardworking and creative as the team we have here has been really remarkable. And so, we were in a meeting yesterday morning, nailing down the final aspects of the race that starts this weekend. And someone said, "Well, okay, so what are we doing for VR2? Is it going to be the same? Is it going to be different? We need to announce it. We want to allow people to start registering for it on Monday." And we're like, "Oh, I hadn't thought of that." So we got the master coaches together yesterday afternoon, and we started saying, all right, if we want to be sequencing these over week after week, and every week there's a race, how should you be thinking about distances one week to the other, and how should they fit together into like a larger whole? And it was remarkable. And so we now know what we're going to do for the next couple of weeks. But all of this is coming together in real time in a way that is really pretty remarkable. And I say that partly because I hope that when the inevitable missteps and dead ends happen, which they always do, people will forgive us a little bit, because we're trying to create something that's going to be meaningful, and doing that at a time when there really is a epidemiological and financial crisis in the world. We don't want to appear to be disrespectful to people who are really struggling, people who are really sick, people who potentially lost their jobs. And so finding the right balance between providing a service that we think people need to remain physically and mentally healthy, and not being disrespectful to the real challenges that are happening in the world is a fine line, and it's something we're trying to balance. And you'll see that in how we've structured the pro race, and what's the mix of competitiveness and cooperation and all of those types of things. We're trying to be sensitive and let our decision making reflect the reality of what's going on in the world. And I think we're largely getting it right, but we will, without a doubt, make mistakes. And we hope that people are forgiving us of our trespasses, because they're not intentional. But
Of course, I can speak collectively. We will. I mean, we all understand, and I think it's fantastic how quickly this got up and running. We've seen people since you've been talking, Andrew, commenting and saying they cannot wait. There are people waiting for this the gun to go off, and for this action to begin. So we want to thank you for your time. We want to thank you for putting together a great program. We look forward to all the pitfalls and all the ups and downs across the way. It's going to be awesome. Reminding you to keep those hashtags going, Andrew. We'd like to see maybe some footage of you and your son. So anywhere is possible, pop that up on your account, and we'll share that if it's really inspiring, which we know it will be. So thanks, Andrew, and you have a great afternoon. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend, and good luck to all the athletes, all of them around the world this weekend.
Thank you so much.